The New York Times runs an ad criticizing the Catholic Church and its members on the Supreme Court for the Hobby Lobby ruling. The Times allowed the Freedom From Religion Foundation to buy the ad when in 2012 it did not allow anti-Muslim activists to buy ad space. Tim Graham with the Media Research Center joins us now with more on this story that's taking off on social media. Tim, I understand the ad blasts the, quote, all-male, all-Roman Catholic majority on the nation's high court for its decision.
Yeah, I think that this is one of those things where the New York Times is comfortable selling a full page of criticism of the Catholic Church because the group is called the Freedom From Religion Foundation. That, I think, to the New York Times sounds like some friendly folks. I think in the case of the anti-Muslim ad, that struck them as hostile to their way of thinking and inflammatory.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the anti-Muslim activists. My understanding is there were two who wanted to purchase an ad against Islam in 2012, and they were not allowed. Is that correct?
Yeah, and this is the sort of thing that tests freedom of speech. Now, obviously, a newspaper has the right to refuse advertising. Happens all the time. But we can look at the pattern of what advertisements are being refused and what advertisements are not, and see a definitive bias in the New York Times.
So would you say the New York Times is caving to political correctness?
It's definitely the political correctness of our time, or religious correctness. I would rather probably call it a secular correctness, because the fact of the matter is that the secularists somehow don't seem to hate religion quite as much when there are Muslims involved.
Why is this decision so hard for many people in the media to accept, talking about the Supreme Court's decision regarding Hobby Lobby?
You know, they don't understand. They come from a perspective where all of their freedoms begin with their freedom to have sex. You know, that is to them the first freedom, is the freedom to have sex. So therefore, anything that they think infringes on the freedom to have sex or the freedom to enjoy sex, strikes them as the worst kind of oppression. And obviously what this case is really about is the freedom of association. And that is, if you are a Catholic employer and you have the religious liberty and say, I don't want to fund contraceptives, my employees can easily afford contraceptives, that's the way it is. In the marketplace, if you go into a workplace and say, I want contraceptives in my insurance package, and the employer says, I don't offer that, you can go somewhere else. It's a free country. It is kind of amazing, the kind of animus that there is against this Hobby Lobby decision and against this company, this business, which is a Christian employer, which has a minimum wage of $15 an hour. But they're still going to say this is one of the worst oppressors in the American business world.
All right. Tim Graham with the Media Research Center. Thank you for your time, sir. We appreciate it.
Sure.